space, the final frontier. And, well, you know the rest. Here we are, folks. My first non-James Bond film review. There's a major reason why this film even exists in the first place. Because 2 years prior to its release, Star Wars was such a huge hit. So, wanting to get in on the sci-fi film craze that was sweeping the nation and the world, Paramount decided to give that cult favorite 1960s television show the big screen treatment. So here we go with Star Trek, the motion picture. In the film, the crew of the Starship Enterprise, minus Mr. Spock, has been reassembled. Their mission to intercept a mysterious cloud on a direct course for the planet Earth. Joining the mid-journey is none other than Mr. Spock, surprise, surprise, who has sensed an entity at the center of that cloud. After much investigation, the crew learns that the entity is really the Voyager 6 satellite that fell into a black hole long ago, ended up on a machine world, gained consciousness itself, and wants to return to Earth to transmit all the data it has amassed over all these long years. Naturally. So, with a little help from the fine folks of the Starship Enterprise, Voyager 6 accomplishes its mission in a really bizarre and confusing fashion. The one thing you cannot deny is that it was great that Star Trek finally got the epic scope it deserved. The special effects, while not so spectacular today, were pretty good back then, and a huge leap forward from the series, for sure. Easily the best part of the film is the music. Jerry Goldsmith was really good at what he did. It's an epic score that keeps you interested through even the most dull, slow parts of the film. And there's a lot of them, trust me. I've heard several nicknames for the film, some like the motionless picture, and they have a point. The film's biggest problem is that it's really dull in a lot of places. Seriously, a lot of places. And for whatever reason, the camaraderie between the crew is completely gone. When you watch the series, you get the feeling that these people like to hang out with each other when off duty. But here, they all seem so cold and distant. Very Vulcan-like, I suppose. Lastly, I really dislike Admiral Kirk in this film. He just seems so incompetent and underqualified most of the time to be captaining a ship. Makes you wonder how he ever made it out of the academy in the first place. The movie is actually halfway decent. Too bad it's not completely decent. See what I did there? It's like they finally got to upgrade their special effects and decided to really show it off. Like, really show it off. Like, they were just so damn proud of it. Like that. But in all the spectacle, they forgot to put some action in the film, and also forgot that these characters are all supposed to be great friends. There was so much potential for this to be such a sci-fi classic like its follow-up, but somewhere along the line they lost the plot, and the action, and any real character development. Now, there are two versions of the film. There's the original 1979 theatrical version, and there's the 2001 director's version, which most people, that's probably the most easily available version of the film. I have seen both, and it's really bizarre. The director's cut is quite a bit longer than the theatrical version, and yet the theatrical version seems much slower and even more boring. I don't know how that works. They're almost identical. There's little trims here and there in the director's version. They spruced up the special effects more, and it's just, I don't know, it's really bizarre. Anyway, I give the film 2.5 out of 5 stars. Well, that's it for Star Trek the Motion Picture. Join me next week as we look at the first film in the Star Trek trilogy. What? You didn't know there was a trilogy? Well, there is. It's the storyline that begins with the Wrath of Khan, continues through the search for Spock, and concludes with the voyage home. So, see you next week for Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan!